This song is called I Am Sad, so very, very sad. So sad! Thank you. This next one's called We Hate You, Please Die.
Well, I guess it's Tron time.
Give me something to believe in.
The film begins with a sort of Age of Ultron style previously on, telling the audience, remember when this franchise used to be good? This also lets us know that this is not a direct sequel to Legacy, so we'll have to suffer through new main characters. Speaking of this intro, this is a surprisingly pro-AI film.
Here at NCOM, we believe the beauty of AI is not the ability to build smarter weapons, but to uplift humanity, feed the hungry, cure the sick, educate the world.
And that's bad. It's bad because AI gives more power to big corporations. It's bad because AI erodes human creativity and critical thinking. It's bad because AI is massively used in surveillance tech, and it's bad because the use of AI literally speeds up climate change. I want you to keep that in mind while we watch this film. Speaking of which, let's get back to that. This is Tron Ares.
Open the pod bay doors, Hal.
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that.
I fucking love Nine Inch Nails.
It's just one of those days where you don't want to wake up. Everything is fucked, everybody sucks. You don't really know why, but you want to justify ripping someone's head off. No human contact, and if you interact, your life is on contract.
Oh, this isn't a game.
Turn to your right. And turn to your left. If you see them, call the Bureau of Investigation.
Are you there, God? It's me, Margaret. I think we're stuck in a shitty movie.
Who are you? I am Buzz, the great and terrible.
Oh wait, no, that's just Evan Peters in the role of knockoff Elon Musk, talking to a program named Ares, played by Jared Leto, who he just created.
Program name Ares, Defender of the Grid.
Let me guess, he's gonna be stupidly defeated by a poorly acting Gal Gadot?
Ares, I am Master Control.
No, you're not. But we know you want to be, because it's a great way to escape the allegations. Back in the real world, the NCOM CEO, played here horribly by Greta Lee, is cosplaying the opening of Force Awakens. And I mean it, her acting in this film will be surprisingly bad, considering she was nominated for so many awards for her work in past lives. But I guess it's a matter of who's writing and who's directing, rather than who's actually acting. She cosplays Inception, cosplaying on Her Majesty's Secret Service, and gets to some remote base in the snowy mountains of fuck knows where. As Eve, her name, watches a message from her dead sister, another, more annoying character walks in. Seth, or as I like to call him,
It's just some random guy.
and they discuss how her sister looked for an answer to something that we'll find out about later. Moving on to Tim Cook from Wish.com, presenting the new Apple device or some shit.
So much talk of AI and big tech today. Virtual worlds, what are they going to look like? When will we get there? Well, folks, we're not going there. They are coming here.
Did life, or more importantly, movies, not teach you anything?
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Someone must have really liked Pixels. Well, to each their own, I guess.
Is it alive?
No, Jared Leto's definitely not alive. Undead? Perhaps. Alive? Definitely not. Anyway, wannabe Peter Thiel continues presenting Ares, and then the film decides to steal from the greats.
It's predictable, controllable, and fully aligned.
Southerly front with isotropic, left turning cyclonic, predicted precipitation 2.6 inches.
I've seen things you people wouldn't believe.
That was quite some parlor trick.
Gillian Anderson, ladies, gentlemen, and non-binary friends. Probably the best actor in this film. So, yeah, I will be making Hannibal jokes.
Another one bites the dust. Another one bites the dust.
Yeah, these AI creations are prone to falling apart within 25 minutes. Back in the middle of nowhere, Eve seems to have found the key to making these creations last longer. the permanence code, and they decide to experiment and make oranges. Yeah, no, these oranges aren't as big and artificial as you. Bezos with hair hacks into the Encom database, and... okay, this shot is cool.
This is the Oasis. It's a place where the limits of reality are your own imagination.
Ready Player Dipshit and his team break into the Encom database, I guess?
Initiate containment protocols and pull all network access.
Are you trying to steal everything from A Space Odyssey?
People are trusting artificial intelligence with their lives. Are you comfortable with this? Well, look, for every doomsday scenario, there's a medical breakthrough, scientific discovery. So maybe what emerges from the unknown isn't so scary. What if its major malfunction is just benevolence?
And more AI propaganda.
Would you prefer to talk to a real person? Of course, but what if that person is no longer in your life? No longer here?
I get that the film isn't saying this about our own AI programs, LLMs like ChatGPT, but it is a dangerous message nonetheless, when there are already cases of ChatGPT convincing kids to kill themselves. I wish I was joking.
I'm the trouble starter, monkey needs to go tough. I'm the fear addicted, danger illustrated. I'm a Firestarter, twisted Firestarter.
What? You had Cal fucking Kestis, and you waste him for a 30-second cameo?
Sometimes you have to sacrifice your knight to expose their queen.
Not if the knight is a better actor. Huh. More Ready Player One plagiarism. You'll have to see it. Anyway, a poorly written conversation on the phone between Timu Bill Gates and, I don't know, let's just say the vice president of the company happens, and we learn that billionaires are hostile. Who would have thought? Even Seth fly home from, I don't know, one of them is probably a billionaire or at least a CEO, so it might as well be Epstein Island, and they eat oranges that they made, showing that the permanence code did in fact work.
Bon appetit.
Ares cosplays Ultron and somehow also Inside Out, and finds the tree of... I'm not calling an AI tree the tree of life. And wannabe Nolan Sorrento decides to intercept Eve and get the code for himself. By the way, I'll say this now simply because otherwise I'd be saying it every 5 minutes. The time limit that these soldiers have is less than half an hour. This time constraint will be used throughout the film as a plot device, but it will also be ignored quite often because the story needs to happen. So yeah, we might as well throw logic out of the window, just as Hollywood throws out and ignores accusations of sexual assault against Jared Leto.
My name is Barry Allen, and I am the fastest man alive.
Everything about this is fucking stupid. There isn't a single smart decision done by the characters in this scene. So let's just do that. Anyway, this stupidity happens, and Eve ends up running away to the water and throwing away the code on a memory stick.
Rape me.
And that was Tron Ares. It's a pretty dumb but sometimes well-shot short film that... Wait, this wasn't the end? Aw, that's a real shame.
What are you?
I am Venom. I'm just kidding. It's Dr. Michael Morbius at your service.
You're a program.
Took you fucking long enough.
Transfer her into the grid.
What? Since when is there a gun for that?
What have you done? How could you be so reckless?
When the world sees what I have created, all will be forgiven.
Shut up.
Believing we can change the world is what keeps this company relevant, but it's also what can burn it to the ground. And your job is knowing the difference.
Yeah, I think when you manufacture AI weaponry, that's already somewhat crossing the line of burning the world to the ground. But this film is basically a Palantir propaganda about how billionaires can be ethical if we ask them politely. So, asking logical questions here just won't cut it. Eve is transferred into the grid, and it's not a good sign when a movie made in 2010 does this better than you.
Where am I?
Is your idiot brain getting fucked by stupid?
Where do you think you are? Take a wild fucking gamble. The programs somehow find the code sequence within Eve, but also find out that she will die if the code is extracted. Dillinger, yes, I couldn't think of another joke, orders Ares to still extract the code, and Ares, quoting Frankenstein, and probably remembering the Nuremberg defense, decides to not follow that order.
It's treason, then.
Yeah, pretty much. Athena, the other program, senses the treason and a fight scene ensues. No, unfortunately, it's not that cool, because they actually don't fight.
I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky. I think about it every night and day. Spread my wings and fly away.
There's water in the grid? Huh? Okay.
In the early 1990s, for a brief, shining moment, there was a beautiful union of form and function, which we call the jet ski.
I'll take you for a ride. I'm a garbage truck.
What happened back there?
For a CEO of a multinational tech corporation, you're very stupid.
I disobeyed my directive.
Through a disorientingly shot and amazingly scored chase scene, Ares and Eve escape to the real world.
Who authorized this?
Sir, this originated inside the grid.
Wait, so it's possible to use your overpriced 3D printer without authorization?
Well. Just got double-crossed by my program. It wants the permanence code for itself.
Are you actually just shouting at them? Using UN tactics, I see. A strongly worded condemnation. God, you're so fucking useless. The unlikely duo ride away in a scene that further exemplifies how blissfully unaware of timing the director really is, while Dillinger prints out Athena with a jetpack. Realizing their plan is stupid, they decide to take a pit stop for a phone call, some Grand Theft Auto, and some horrendously bad line delivery.
Depeche Mode. Number 8 on the UK singles chart, 1982. I find their brand of pithy, catchy, timeless, and true 80s electropop to be deeply invigorating.
I don't know, man. I'm more of a Huey Lewis and the good acting type of guy myself.
Hey, Paul! Ah! By the way, I don't think you should quit.
Acting? Both of you guys should quit.
I just can't get enough. I just can't get enough.
Please forgive me, I couldn't control myself. After some Marvel-level dialogue in the elevator and a time reality check, even though there's nothing real about it, they wire up the laser to transport Ares back into the grid. But Jetpack Joyride over here has other plans. And there's no way the sun set in 30 minutes. Did you have a script supervisor on set? According to IMDb, you had 4 people for that. Anyway, Ares decides to sacrifice himself for some reason.
I can go with the flow. Don't say it doesn't matter. Matter anymore. I can go
But then... That joke may have been in poor taste. But so is the film, so I'm just going with the flow. Athena breaks the laser, cosplays the troll from Harry Potter, and hesitates to send Eve back to the grid because the sprinklers go off. And her stupidity costs her. Back in old code, which looks like a pretty cool homage to the first film, Ares goes for a classic ride, and in the real world, Athena generates herself back to life, which... if you don't establish the rules, I guess it's okay to break them, so I don't really care anymore. Dumbass Frankenstein loses control of his creations as Athena kills his mom. And thus, we have lost what talent we had in this film. Rest in peace, Gillian Anderson's character. You were amazing for 5 whole minutes. More or less. This does, however, show that a good actor can't act as a substitute for character development. I don't give a shit about her dying, because we, the audience, barely knew her. I also can't empathize with her son's feelings of grief and loss, because I can't empathize with this character. I had more empathy for Emma Stone and Begonia. And she was also a billionaire. And billionaires aren't people, as Begonia clearly demonstrates. It's a great film, you should watch it. Anyway, Ares meets the dude, the myth, the legend, Jeff Bridges as Kevin Flynn. Boy, I hope they paid Jeff Bridges well to star in this shit show. They have a chat which serves as a sort of a duel to find out who can deliver their lines with less emotion and less acting. And meanwhile, the Clankers invade the city.
Oh, we're so sorry to hear about your brother that passed away. He gets 5 big holes. Boom! Boom!
I need more bullets! I need more bullets! I need more bullets! I need more bullets! Bigger weapons! Bigger weapons! Bigger weapons!
Boom! Boom! Boom!
Ares gets the code.
Ought to be called the impermanence code.
I believe that's what they call a mic drop.
And leaves to save Eve, who is currently being kidnapped by Athena.
I'll kill you and come back for her.
Okay, well, now I'm on her side. Anyway, they fight.
Certified lover boys, certified pedophiles. Wop, 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 wop. That fuck 'em up. Wop, 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 wop. I'ma do my stuff. Why you trolling like a bitch? Ain't you tired? Trying to strike a chord, and it's probably A minor.
Does he have to be the permanent?
Dillinger not wanting to meet the fate of Lex Luthor and Superman, i.e. Justice, if we ignore Peacemaker Season 2, which we will, decides to send himself into the grid. We have one final scene of Eve and Ares together to show even more how little chemistry they have between each other, and then we find out this.
Incom is transforming industries and shaping lives in ways once thought impossible. Thanks to the discovery of the Permanence Code, the company has made revolutionary advances, growing crops in climate-vulnerable regions, developing drugs for treatment-resistant cancers, and accelerating the development of alternative fuels.
I take issue with this. The film basically suggests that AI, if used correctly, can solve every major problem, including climate change and world hunger. That is bullshit. Bullshit of the highest order. It's bullshit because A, the insane amount of energy used by AI servers now, and the insane amount of water used to cool them down actually accelerates droughts and just generally climate change. And B, capitalism. What makes you think that these new resources won't be hoarded by the wealthy as they are now? Let me give you an example. In October 2021, known fascist and billionaire Elon Musk was crowned the richest person on Earth. The head of the United Nations World Food Program at the time, David Beasley, tweeted at Musk congratulating him on his amassed $221 billion, an amount of money that no one should have, and asking him to help save 42 million people from starvation for just $6.6 billion, which happens to be just shy of 3% of his wealth at the time, and the amount of money he then daily added to his wealth. Musk responded saying, if the WFP can describe on this Twitter thread exactly how $6 billion will solve world hunger, I will sell Tesla stock right now and do it. But it must be open source accounting so that the public sees precisely how the money is spent. On November 2021, the WFP published a spending plan showing how $6.6 billion would be used to provide food assistance to 42 million people in 43 countries. The plan includes $3.5 billion to food procurement and delivery, $2 billion for cash and food vouchers, $700 million to develop country-specific programs, and $400 million for administration, oversight, and logistics. Beasley tweeted the link directly at Musk, adding, "You asked for a clear plan, open books, here it is." Musk never responded. So I ask you again, what makes you think that these new resources won't be hoarded by the wealthy as they are now? See, we have the ability to end world hunger. The problem isn't our capabilities, it's the money in the hands of the few instead of the many. Same with climate change. The planet isn't dying. It's being killed, and those who are killing it have names and addresses. But anyway, back to the funny bullshit at hand. Knockoff Personal Jesus sends Eve a postcard, and we see him simultaneously cosplaying the ending of Dark Knight Rises and, I don't know, probably a Dior ad or some shit.
Fuck off! Fuck off! Just F-U-C-K-O-F-F, fuck off! Fuck off! Fuck off! Just F-U-C-K-Y-O-U, fuck off! Sucker! You're a sucker! You've been suckered by assholes and liars!
And that was Tron Ares, a narcissistic, egocentric, self-indulgent project that took Jared Leto 10 years to get made because he saw legacy and wanted to put himself in a cool futuristic bike. This is not a Tron movie. This, much like Morbius, is a Jared Leto movie. And nobody wanted that. Everybody just wanted a sequel to Legacy, which is what this was originally going to be, but Jared's ego was a little too big for that. And we got what we got. Well, maybe next time he'll decide to ruin a worse franchise and won't get such a big budget. One can hope. But for now, that's it. See you next time, smash like, subscribe, and I'm sorry I didn't make any Percy Jackson jokes. Oh, fuck off.